Last time we just finished up Water Prison World, so this time we are going into the forest. Forest, yes. I think. No, apartment world. Oh, I should check my door, actually, before we commit. I'm still unhaunted, thankfully. Scrap right paper stuck here. Found something that is extremely effective against the ghosts. It saved my life. It is struck into the huge rock in the woods near the orphanage. It's a sword blade with a handmade triangle-shaped wooden handle. It has some kind of spell written on it. As a weapon, it's heavy and hard to carry, but somehow it seems to charge in response to ghost victims' power. Strike when the sword is energized. If you don't reduce their power, their attacks will be repelled. As far as I know, there are only 5 swords in existence with that kind of power. It's extremely valuable. Which means we'll be using one on the most troublesome ghost in each of the 5 worlds. And I believe this is the cutscene I was thinking of.
How's it going with room 302?
Well, I just tried to open it up, but it looks like something's blocking it from the inside.
Huh.
Anyway, it's not the first time.
You mean the guy who lived here before?
And it wasn't just him either. There's something wrong with his whole apartment.
Don't say that. You're scaring me.
Don't say that to your tenants.
Well, anyway, I just slipped a note under his door. Don't worry about it too much. There are a lot of strange things in this world. The umbilical cord I keep in a box in my room. Lately it's started to smell terrible.
Huh? Umbilical cord?
Hey, Jones. Yeah, it's James's dad.
Forget I said it.
Jones in chat is saying he has no tact. He just drops that umbilical cord bomb. And Eileen's like, okay. Anyway, guess we're just gonna pass up on that. Did the note actually make it in here? Yeah, it did. It's covered in blood. The umbilical cord blood. It's same with blood and I can't read it. Eileen, excuse me, but what the fuck? Oh, my haunted shoes. My shoes. Come to think of it, where and when did I buy these shoes? They're ghost shoes. They're spooky. This hole's even bigger now. There's a lot of noise coming from the inside of that hole. We going? Yes. So I read a pretty convincing article that says that if you really break it down, Silent Hill 4 is kind of a comedy. Because everything's just so weird and Dada-esque. Like that umbilical cord nonsense. Or it's just like, okay, the umbilical cord you keep in a box in your room. Apparently it wasn't intended to be a Silent Hill game, but they kind of tacked it in. It was originally supposed to be a Gaiden game. Like, it was supposed to take place in its own sort of situation. But, yeah, now it's part of SH4 canon, or SH canon. I've kind of heard, like, varying reports about that, actually. Some places that I've read said that SH4 was supposed to be its completely own game. And then Konami decided to restructure it into a Silent Hill game. Others said that it was supposed to be like based around Ashfield, but not actually be tied to the Silent Hill canon. But the way it ended up is it's super tied to the Silent Hill canon. I ain't gonna fuck with that. Those guys are horrible.
Ouch! Damn it.
Oh, well, I'm glad you lived through that.
Where the hell am I?
Falls 3 stories. Where am I?
You're a real person.
Are you sure you're okay?
Hey, you're the guy that lives across from me.
Yeah, my name's Henry.
I'm Richard Braintree, from 207.
That sound was not the sound of a man hitting the pavement that hard. Yeah.
What the hell's happened
Should have
to
sounded
us
like a watermelon getting run over by a car.
in this freaky world? But if you're here too, then there must be something wrong with the whole apartment building.
Yeah.
That must explain what happened to that other guy too.
What other guy?
What other guy?
It said it sounded like someone throwing a hamburger patty at a mirror. That's an oddly specific Foley.
He disappeared one day. He got pretty crazy towards the end.
Yeah, with all the hauntings and such.
Shut himself up in his room and wouldn't come out.
I love your tie, by the way.
Anyway, I'm getting the hell out of here.
Okay, do assist.
You should too, if you know what's good for you.
Wait,
What? Huh?
watch out for that kid.
He's evil, that child. So Richard's been replaced by this horrible creature, but we're going to ignore it! Yeah, it's like an angel looking at a dildo. It's really weird. Happy birthday! It's a ghost. This is one of Walter's victims with the Sword of Obedience in him. There's a weird sword stuck in his stomach, and he's holding something in his hand. Take that out of his hand. Yes, thank you. So we got the ghost key. Tommy Wiseau could redub this and it'd still be spot on. Ah, splat. Oh, hi, Mark. So we're going to take the Sword of Obedience, and then we're going to run like hell. Ow. We're going to run like hell directly into a leech. So now that ghost is going to be haunting us for the rest of this section, but I am saving the Sword of Obedience because I need to use it on Cynthia's ghost later on. Because Cynthia will go after Eileen, and I can't be having that. Oh, hey. Luckily, you can just dodge. You just dodge ghost. In fact, you can dodge a lot of stuff by just opening whatever door it's in front of. I don't know if it'll happen in this recording session, but when I did my test run, I had a maggot on one of the doors. Whoa, 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 whoa. I had a maggot on one of the doors I was trying to open, and Henry just sort of like reached around it like, excuse me. Richard made the same sound hitting the ground as the maggots. Ugh. We're actually not going to take the aluminum bat. Because there's a better weapon like 2 rooms from here. It's locked. We're going to have to do some running to get it, but because of the non-Euclidean nature of this place, it's a really far run, but a really short distance. Oh, well. You don't say, horrible monster noises. This is the pet shop where Walter decided to kill all the puppies. I don't know why. He was like, I must murder all dogs. The hardest thing is getting the keys, and then we escape. Because the camera's positioned in such a way that if you run at the keys head on, you won't grab them. I think this is... oh my god. Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and turn right around. So I've figured out why I don't like the Hummers, and the reason I don't like the Hummers is because they do that. They show up in a room with a bunch of other enemies, and if they touch you, then Henry just stops dead in his tracks like a complete neb. And whatever other enemies are in the room can pound him into hamburger meat. Which is really bad in Forest World when, like, dogs and Walter can get you. Oh, spoilers, Walter's gonna start chasing you. So we got the key from Albert Sports, but critically, that is not the key to Albert Sports. Excuse me. Excuse me. You'll notice that this sign is the Ashfield something? Something Fusel? Fuselli? Restaurant Fuselli. And that's across the street from us. So our apartment's actually over in this dark void. Henry is repulsed to the point of paralysis by giant bugs. Yeah. That's a pretty salient observation. Sounds like a chimp orgy in my headphones. Oh yeah, they're going absolutely crazy with one another. It's like a bonobo convention over here. These guys, he's like a complete animal. I guess we're taking the elevator? I seem to remember a monster showing up. Oh, wait, no.
Are you the kid he was talking about?
Yes, beware the child.
You live in that apartment too, huh? Say, you look a lot
Or like elevator
the punk
E.
that I once
Oh,
caught
Jones.
sneaking around there. Do you know something about what's going on?
Stop pointing a gun at a
Hey,
child,
hey,
you weirdo.
Stop!
Braintree. Cut the shit, bruh. Oh, what lovely noises I hear. How could you squelch something so brave yet so controversial? Ah, get that! For God's sake, man. Ow. Beware these stationary enemies. Ow. Well, I showed him. Elevator. The elevator that eats. Oh, fuck that. I remember. That's locked from the other side. That's broken. Okay, remember this fence, because we're going to be utilizing a glitch later on with that fence when we come back here. No, sport. What? Tracksuit orangutan creature. Excuse me. Pardon me. Excuse me. You have a golf club? Do you think they just hand-stirred a jar of mayo for that squelch? Oh. I do not pretend to understand the secrets of the Foley artist. Oh, these, this place has the worst noises. Oh. Why do you make these horrible sounds? This way. No. This way. Okay, and here's why we didn't pick up the bat, because the Rusty Axe is pretty much the best melee weapon in the game. And the reason for that is because it has a decent attack speed and power, but more importantly, it's got an absolute stupid amount of invincibility frames on that attack. Anyway, we're gonna grab this note. You're gonna grab this note. Kind of gotta pilot him like an airplane. The boss said the number this time is the last 4 digits of this store's phone number, but the phone number is written right out there on the sign on the roof. Anyone can see it from South Ashfield Street. Is that really okay? Yeah, but not if you put the note out in the open like that. You guys need to be more concerned about security. So what we need to do is go back to the real world. I forgot how terrible the controls in this game are. Yeah, they're kind of... He kind of has a problem where he keeps too much momentum when you get him going. But if you stop and go forward, then he kind of has a tendency to just veer off into whatever direction. It's weird. Better check on your neighbor soon. Oh my gosh, I should go do that. I'll go do that right now. Let's check on my neighbor. That's a note on the wall. There we go. Got some black mold in here, bruh. Are you... Whoa, oh, sorry. The most intimate time. What the fuck? Should not peep on a woman when she is shaving her armpits. Okay. That's weird. 555-3750. Hello? Ah, it's going through. Yes. Help? Help? Hello? Help. Send rescue? I'm locked. Okay. They hung up. Yeah, if you try to commit to a movement when he's standing still, then Henry kind of does that weird half step before committing to movement. And if you're making him rotate, then he's got... It's just not something you can really finagle, especially when there's camera angle swaps. And then this is my biggest thing. Oh, they're eating it. Okay, gross. So he can 180 when he's standing still. You can 180 just fine. But if you move forward and then try to 180, it doesn't register the movement. He has one of those Tooney pre-run animations. Yeah. That's exactly right. Jones and Chad. So if I'm committed to a run, and you've seen this happen before, and I try to make like a hard left, then he has to go through a very slow turning radius. Ugh. Like this is his minimum turning radius right here. And I'm actually kind of preceding him with my control stick. So that's the when I say like, oh hey, I'm having a hard time grabbing something, especially on a camera change. That's what I'm referring to, where if a camera changes and it changes your angle of reference, then... Oh, that's not good. Then you have the tendency to sort of just like veer off in a direction you weren't aiming for. So if I hadn't taken the Sword of Obedience, I'd only be chased by one ghost right now. A ghost who just lost interest? But since I took the Sword of Obedience out, I should be getting chased by the other ghost somewhere. Where's the other ghost? The only thing scarier than a ghost that I know... There he is. That I know the location of. A ghost that I don't know the location of. I saw a really good tweet. I forgot who wrote it, but I'll look it up. Or it was like, there's two types of horror. You're alone, and you're not alone. I don't know how they're giving me psychic headaches through this floor. Let me see. Makes it sound like a questioning vacuum cleaner. Do I suck? Question mark? What's this? It's door 207 for my apartment building. There's a plate on the door. Remove the plate? Yes. That is a gigantic fire escape. Should I come back? Oh, you're being electrocuted. I thought you were showering. Yikes. What was actually electrocuting you, guy? Oh no, he died. Anyway. Meanwhile... Henry, you really got to stop with this whole falling asleep after people die situation. Cut the shit, dog. I think we're still okay.
Looks like another one, Captain.
Yeah, we're still good.
Got 121.
Although Henry
on
made
his
no
head.
real effort to stave him. Well, he tried.
It's just like that case from 10
He's
years
being
ago.
electrocuted.
Yeah, that Walter Sullivan case. But Sullivan's dead. They even got the body.
Heavy breathing, says
Must be
Fennec.
some crazy copycat.
Copycat.
Yeah, but even so,
Oh yeah, you gotta watch out for those serial killers. Alright, so we can go ahead and put that plate in the boot right there. Because we're not actually gonna need it when we go back to the Otherworld. Gotta watch out for that Walter Sullivan guy. Hopefully the building world is going to be just as short when we go back to it with Eileen. So there's a particularly long-winded puzzle that happens in Building World when you go back the second time, and I've seen a glitch that allows you to bypass it. So we're going to try that, but that's going to be something that comes up. Oh gosh. Damn. That's going to be something... It doesn't look like a human made it. I mean, technically it did. This game would have been improved with Minnesota there, Henry. Alright, Walter, listen. You gotta stop killing people, okay? I understand you want to go inside. You want to go inside the room, alright? And you think it's your mother, because Dahlia, what she told you to. You told you to. Slowly becoming Irish. But you have to understand, that's not how that works. At all. You need therapy there, fella. Oh, do not... Did you just seriously play Knockdown Ginger on fucking Eileen? What an ass you are, Walter. So, the thing that people have mentioned in the wiki and stuff for this is that there's a thin whiskey slicked line between Irish and Minnesota. Whiskey and cheese. What the hell is this? So, Alessa could control the Otherworld, and that was kind of her whole deal in Silent Hill 1. Hey, kid. It's locked. There's a scrap of red paper stuck on the door. This is the same way they show up under my door. So I can't interact with this scrap of paper. I have to go get scraps of paper and put them under the door. And there's like 5 in this section, and once I get all 5, I'll be done. What's the guy doing here? Could you be the next victim, or could it be... so Alessa's whole situation is that she can kind of control the Otherworld, and Dahlia wanted to use her power to bring back God. Oh, hey, guy. I'm not going to interact with you. Not just yet. I will later. It's also suggested that Travis, and to a lesser extent, Travis and Heather could kind of control the Otherworld because Travis could voluntarily swap back and forth using the handprints on the mirror. and Heather had the fetus of God. Oh no. So they could kind of, because Alessa's Otherworld was created from a night where she was like a witch or something, or a psychic. I recall that kind of stuff in Origins. Yeah, I'm kind of tempted to play Zero Origins. Tenants lockers, number 1, 2. Okay, there's a door here that's, there it is. There's a door here, and it's still here, and I want to access it. But Walter's kind of a special case in that he doesn't actually control the Otherworld, he's just generated one. So it's sort of weird. This isn't created from his, like, psychic manifestation, like with Alessa, and it's not created as a property of the town of Silent Hill, like for James, and it's not created as a tie-in to the cult, like with Travis and... It's locked. Okay, you guys. Listen, puppies. Like with Travis and Heather, it's more like this is his own dungeon that he's the GM of, to put it in very vulgar terms. And he's designed all this, but all of the actors and stuff that exist in this world are sort of not in his control. He just populates it, but he doesn't have minute control over all the monsters and all the players in this world, which is why the ghosts operate independently from him. As opposed to the monsters actively trying to punish James or prevent Harry from getting to wherever he was getting to. Again, I haven't played 1, and I've only partially played Zero Origins, so I'm going off of my memory of 2, 3, 4, and the wiki. Walter's Otherworld is ego, while Alessa's is it. Yeah, that's actually a really good way to describe it. And then I guess the third Otherworld would be the super ego. The one that... I also find it interesting that in the JP original, the creature was just called a god, but also incubus, and also Dahlia Gillespie calls it a god, but not god. Most of the Christian illusions come from the localization of the original game, that being the final boss of the first game. Yeah, there's a mention of that in the Silent Hill wiki that I've been using a lot of as a resource. That Dahlia was actually lying to Harry when she called the god Valtiel, or Samael, or whatever she called him, because she thought Harry knew about the cult, and she was using the name for the god that's used outside of the cult, so that she would make him think that she wasn't part of the cult. Samael, which is the original name of Lucifer the Morningstar. Yeah, as opposed to just generic God, which is the original term for the entity behind Silent Hill. So the legend is that... What the fuck room am I supposed to be going into? There's a key I'm supposed to get that will let me get the rest of the keys. Did you see that puppo drift? That was amazing. That guy had some moves. Or given it's an incubus, clearly a fucking demon. So, Oh, I remember what room I was supposed to go. I was supposed to go in the room, like, right at the beginning of the level. My bad. Well, we'll be going back there anyway. Let's hear what you have to say while I take a sip of my drink.
I got this from Miss Galvin. A long, long time ago. She was younger than me back then. She looked so happy, holding her mother's hand. Here. I'll give it to you.
So, there's a bit of ambiguous syntax. When Walter says she was younger than me back then, what he means is she's younger than he is now. I know that may seem self-evident, but that's what he's actually talking about, is he met her when he was child Walter. We're not going to take the doll because I don't want to do the whole haunting thing. If you take the doll, your room becomes exponentially more haunted, and I'm just not about that life. I'm not about that ghost situation. Did I not go to the right place? So we're going to ignore the doll, but what he's referring to is an event that's explained in some of the supplementary material. 301, that's where the hole is. It's explained in some of the supplementary material as Eileen met baby Walter back when he was... Take the superintendent's key? Yes. Back when he was a child, before he was sent to the orphanage. Teaching Despair, Wish House. This orphanage, in fact. Wish House, an orphanage on the outskirts of Silent Hill. Behind its false image is a place where children are kidnapped and brainwashed. Wish House is managed by the Silent Hill Smile Support Society, a charity organization sometimes called 4S. It's true that 4S is a well-respected charity that takes in poor children without homes and raises them with hope. Without hope. But at its heart, it's a heathen organization that teaches its own warped dogma in lieu of good religious values. Mrs. Smith, temporary, who lives near Wish House, said... This to say, sometimes at night I can hear the weird prayers and the sound of children crying. I went there to complain one time, but they ran me right out since it hasn't changed a bit. In fact, the supporter refused admission when he attempted to take photographs of the facility. What exactly the folk did Wish House have to hide? During my investigations, I was able to discover, however, a suspiciously round concrete tower which appears to be part of their facilities. Heathen organization. Unfortunately, no one was willing to tell me what the tower was used for. Prison! But it was not seemingly likely it had anything to do with their business of raising orphans. Yes, imprisoning them. Let's see. Absolute prisoners, single place of worship. Cult religion operates. Wish House is known by the local Simple Order. It's a religion that is deeply interwoven in Silent Hill history, but its worshippers firmly believe they are among the elite chosen people at a dark and dangerous side. I intend to continue my investigation with Wish House and the cult behind it. I've always believed that the telling the whole truth, showing the children in the true path, is more Joseph Schreiber. Okay, a lot to unpack there. First off, the order that runs the Wish House is the same order that Dahlia and Leonard were a part of in 1 and 3. The implication is that Dahlia is the one who told Walter about the 21 Sacraments, which is a means of giving birth to God that was sanctimonious? No. Heretical, even among the order. There's another note that you can find that's basically like, no, the 21 Sacraments are a bad idea. Jamara says, woo burgers and onion rings. Jamara said, we brought enough burgers and onion rings for the rest of the class. But Dahlia was like, look, if the whole giving birth to God through Heather situation doesn't work out, at least I'll have this backup plan in Walter. So Walter was being used as a pawn by Dahlia and her faction in the order. When he was at the Wish House after his parents died. Joseph Schreiber is the reporter who we played as at the very beginning of the game, and he's also number 14, I want to say, out of 21. I might be wrong. I'll put it in the edit if I am. The Red Diary, I believe, is written by him. And there's a hole here that I need to access and quickly before the ghost shows up. Red piece of paper with nothing written on it. Alright. I'll stick it under room 324. So that's burgers and onion rings, but they're gone now. The last few months, Joseph's the guy next door to me who gave me that rare porn magazine. Looks like he's been working super hard. He said he found another rare one and give it to me, but he hasn't shown his face much around here lately. He said he was a journalist and that he's always investigating stuff, but I think something strange is going on with him. He's shut in his apartment. All I can hear are these weird noises coming from there. July 1st, Mike. Oh, my beautiful Rachel. What's with the note on the red paper? I thought you'd written a note back to me, but I guess maybe it was somewhere else. Took it away along with my clothes. Those are my best clothes. July 2, Mike. Rare porn! It's the ghost porn from Yakuza Zeros. Rare collector's porn. So interestingly, we can take the red note back with us, but it doesn't do anything. And this is a hint to a plot twist later in the game. Jacuzzis. So we can't use this here. And if we try to slip the note under our door from this side, nothing's going to happen. We have to actually go to the other world and then... I'm sorry. Oh. Ugh. Dryer splayed blood all over the place. How inconvenient. I can't open this door. I figured out the riddle behind the numbers. 01121 is actually 01 of 21. In other words, 1 out of 21. So Walter was planning on killing 21 people, but he never finished the job. He was convicted for the murders of Billy and Miriam Locane, who are the twin victim monsters, the seventh victim. Afterwards, he committed suicide in his jail cell, making him number 11. The grisly mass murder of 10 people shocked the world and came to be known as the Walter Sullivan case. There are two big puzzle people. Why was the motive for murder? Second, why did he kill himself before completing a test? Was he simply insane? Wait, second. I don't know if the dryer counts as a haunting, per se, because I can't do anything with it. I haven't even gotten a holy candle yet. Why are Billy and Miriam monsters instead of ghosts? Says Jones in chat. I don't know. I am going to be doing research into that later. Jamaris has that previously. But I don't think it's mentioned in the game, or if it is, I don't remember what the explanation was as to why Billy and Miriam turned into the twin victims instead of becoming two tiny, speedy ghosts, all haunting you and such. My apartment's a fucking mess. I'm not going to stick around in here too long because the old lady ghost is going to pop out here in a second. There she is. Ain't getting that deposit back. Oh, man. There's a $300 deposit, too. So what we have to do is take the note and stick it under the door. Then, if we go back to our reality, we can pull the note through the door and read it. Which is a clue to some clever foreshadowing. Fuck your doll, Walter. Fucking weirdo. We have the key to 106. I don't know if that means that the superintendent lives in 106 or what. I think it's this way. Or if that's just a key that the superintendent happens to own. This is 106. That's 104. 105. What? No, don't do that noise anymore. 102. Nope. I always love the game for that. The whole apartment world is totally fucked except 302, which is totally picturesque. Yeah, because it's heaven. It's the Freudian womb of rebirth for Walter. Oh, it is where Superintendent lives. Okay. Door shut tight. Won't open all. Symbolism! Take this red piece of paper. Take this gigantic mess of keys. Take this red piece of paper. Take this note. Found by Nurse Rochelle. Returned to room 302, together with the part her boyfriend Michael tore off. Okay, we're going to be doing a lot of exploration. But first, we have to look at this. It's a red box. Man, this thing really stinks. It's practically bringing tears to my eyes. Wouldn't it be fucking weird if there was like an umbilical cord or something in there? But that's improbable. It's a weapon. It's a diary. The red box seems even stranger today. It's giving off a terrible smell. It's disgusting, but I just can't throw it away. Must have been around 30 years ago. The young couple was living in that apartment, but one day they just suddenly disappeared, ran off just like thieves in the night. I don't know why. It must have been many troubles, or maybe they got themselves in some kind of danger. The problem came after that. They left a newborn baby and umbilical cord when they took off. I even found the umbilical cord. I called the ambulance right away, and I heard the baby survived, but I don't know what happened to him. I ate the placenta, although a few days later I also saw a young kid hanging around the apartment. One day he just stopped coming by, but now I think about it, I bet it was that abandoned baby. It's a horrible story. Abandoned newborn baby. That'll happen in room 302 in the umbilical cord I found there. Well, I still can't get myself to throw it away. Bye. That is Harvester-esque. it's fucking weirdness. Hope you're ready for exploration, because we're going to explore the shit out of this place. I don't think I can get rid of the apartment keys item otherwise. It's creepy, says Jens. Alright, welcome to this. Welcome to the hypnosis room. There's a lot of shit in here that you just can't do anything with. It's just here to be creepy. My darling's numbers. And here's some numbers that look like a phone number. Will you press these numbers? Yes. It's a nurse's uniform. The name says Rachel. It's a bullet. No, it's anti-bullets. Oh, fuck. The telephone has angered the ghost. The ghost is like, you rang. No, ghost, please. Door shut tight, it won't open at all. Oh, hi, ghost. Ghost! Ow! It's a big speaker. Ow! I'm getting mauled to death by a ghost. No, stop. Please, ghost, we're on the same side. Bathroom. Mash, 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 mash. Nothing. Okay, bye. Ow. Please, ghost. Ghost, whoa! Ooh, notices you're alive. Ooh, woo. No, please, please, ghost. Ghost, you don't understand. This is not how it needs to be. God, I forgot how spooky the ghosts are. You're telling me! They don't care about your concepts of distance or time. Not spooky at all. Yeah, no, they shouldn't be spooky. They're just horrifying. Oh, what is this? What the fuck? Oh my god. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Christ. What? Why? Why is this? Why is this way? Why have you done this? What is your fucking... Okay, we're out of here. No, this place sucks. This is a really loud fucking phone, by the way. It's a model gun. It's totally worthless as a weapon. God damn it. Oh, pistol bullets. Look at all these guns we modeled. Let me run down this hallway. Nothing books about guns. One of these magazines, something written on the back cover. My skin and my eyes and skin are so itchy that stupid cat next door made my allergy go crazy. I was so pissed off I took my converted model gun and blasted away at the thing. Point blank range, it was way cool. The thing just dropped like a stone, but the way that revolver Rich in 207 carries, that's a real thing. That guy's Dangeroy. Ow. Please. Oh, I ran into... I'm like a white girl in a horror movie. Please, no. Oh, my top fell off. Oh, I'm having premarital sex. The ghost is like, walls cannot stop me. However, a chain link fence, yes. No, ow. No, ow. I have to go back to my apartment. Goodbye. Oh, my apartment's right there. Haha, you foolish ghost. Oh, yeah, something I found out, during my test playthrough. Apparently, the pistol and, Rich's revolver which we are going to be getting, are chambered for 2 different types of ammunition, so you can't use the pistol bullets in it, which came as a surprise to me when I apparently tried to put 9mm rounds in a 45 ACB. And Ghost is ooh ooh. It's a redneck ghost, so he's like, ooh ooh, y'all. We're about to have one heck of a hootenanny. Like, no, please. Let's read some notes in our safety zone. In our safe place. Everyone loves safety. It's 4 years ago that I discovered the body with 1221 carved into it. Right away I had this terrible feeling and couldn't stop shaking. The victim had been murdered 6 months earlier, but Walter had been dead for 7 years, having committed suicide 3 years before the murder. The police think it's a copycat crime and are calling it Sullivan Case Round 2. But something about it bothered me. May 14th. This sounds like the right place. It's a bloodstained shirt. There's a torn red note in the pocket. Yes. No, Ghost! No! I have to answer the phone! No! Oh shit! And stay down if you know what's good for you. No, please. Please, this phone. Did you just beat the dog shit out of Ghost? Yes! This is supposed to be the right place. Because of the torn shirt. Nope! The almost gentle swing Henry does with it. With the axe. It's just... Is this not the right room? No, it's still to my left. You're gonna be sorely disappointed when we reach the end of this phone side quest. Pick it up. There's no one there. Well, that was worth it. Oh. Are you man-spreading? What is going on here? Holding a brush. The memo says 202. Self-portrait. It's a picture of a plump woman. It says 204. Show us eating something. I wish my girlfriend had looked cooler. Chat says, Jones in chat says, are you for real? Holding a cat. 102. She eats too much and missed her chance to get married. I kind of feel sorry for her while she was mourning for one of her dead cat. Painting a nurse. 106. Where's the one of Walter? 206. Living next to Braintree. No! Well, I could say your art is challenging. Must be the guy who says video games, 205, rooms. Has like a weird interest. The man spreader looks almost like Travis. Porno magazine? 301. Perverted stalker. You got what you deserved. Murdered. Richard Braintree. 207. Braintree, that prick. He's always yelling at kids, especially the weird one that hangs around. I took Mike's apartment and peeled his skin off, so he's my hero. Drinking alcohol. 203. He's so nosy, I wish he'd stop all that drinking and fighting. A gun. 101. Gun maniac. He's always coughing from his cat allergy. This must be the superintendent. 105. Sunderland. The superintendent. Super mistakenly thought Mike was Rachel's lover. Oh, what a weirdo playing video games. It's a bloody lamp. It's a bed of some kind. Oh, wait, I should see if that's... Who is this? Young man, 107. He listens to great music. I feel sorry for him having to live under Braintree. What is everyone's problem with Braintree? I guess he does, like, wave his gun around like that one guy from the Pokemon episode. It's like, are you a child? And he points a gun at it. Where I come from, we shoot children. Everyone hates Braintree. What's this say? Writing's all blurry, I can't read it. You can't comment on the texture, guy. Fuck you! He's generally a grumpy, frumpy guy. No! Nah! To death with you. No, God, ghost. Hummer, see what you have done? You summoned an old lady ghost who wants to rip out my heart. Just a little, yeah. Oh. The boxes didn't like that. Okay, let's pop upstairs, put these notes under the door, and finish off this episode with some reading. It's the wrong way. Because I'm getting hungry, hombre. Jamaris got taken in by the doll. The serial killer's like, oh, take my doll, Poles. Jamaris is like, yes. Give me this doll. Oh, it's made out of the hair and skin of your victims? Oh, thanks. Can't wait to sniff it. That's not fair. It was given to him by Eileen. Eileen made it out of the hair and skin of her victims. Yeah, plot twist. Eileen was a serial killer too. Now we can read these notes. Oh, shoes. I'm pretty sure I brought them in Silent Hill, making them cursed. I lost the key to Eileen Galvin's room. I gotta find it and bring it back. Let me think. The last place I saw it was... It's ripped here and I can't read the rest. I kind of assume everyone in a Silent Hill game is a murderer. Yeah. Rachel, love you always. Watching window, protect you. With love, Mike. Picked up the key that Eileen from room 303 must have dropped. I thought I'd return it, but she wasn't home. I guess I'll give it to the super. May 20th. Henry's a good boy. He's just unlucky. Yeah, you nailed it, Jamaris. Alright, so that's it for this episode of Silent Hill 4 The Room. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please remember to subscribe to me on YouTube, follow me on Twitch. If you enjoyed this and you want to see more of what I've done, including more Let's Plays and tabletop games I've written, or find more information about this game, you can find that information below this video. In the description. You can also find me on social media at facebook.com/S15studios and Twitter and Mastodon at the Siege Andrew. If you really enjoyed this, you want to help me out and get cool benefits like getting videos a week early and getting access to our exclusive Discord server, please do consider supporting me on patreon.com/S15studios. I want to thank all my patrons, including my current credit patron Nightly. So thank you to them. Thank you for watching. See you in the next episode. Silent Hill 4.